Hello, welcome to video 16 in my series on option pricing and option trading strategies. I'd like to now look at a long iron butterfly. In the last video we ended up with a short iron butterfly. So we'll start this off by assuming we have a long straddle. I'll use call 3 and put 3, buy call 3 and buy put 3, and that is a long straddle. There's the profit diagram. Talked about this in the last video. And now the thing about this one is that it's quite expensive to set up. Here it costs us $194. Oh, let me turn off the commissions, sorry. There we go. Cost us $192 to set up, and therefore that's our maximum possible loss. And that would occur if the stock price at option expiration was equal to the strike price of these options. These are strike price 3, so that strike price is 32. The break-evens of this would then be 32 plus or minus $1.92. So on the upper end, the break-even would be at $33.92, and on the lower end, it would be at $30.08, because 32 minus $1.92 is $30.08. So that's our range. That's our, those are our two break-evens, which are just below these points here. Okay, so what we're assuming bothers us in this example is the high cost. I mean, of course, we like this, we love this, infinite potential profit, but the cost is pretty high. So what we can do in order to reduce our cost, which is a benefit, what we can do is we can give up some of the potential gains, okay? And so it's a trade-off again. A lot of this using options to find risk definitions that we're comfortable with involves trading return for safety and comfort, effectively. So what we can do is, I could buy a call with a one strike, I could write a call, not buy, write a call with a strike price higher than call 3. So I'll write call 4. And I can also write a put one strike price lower than put 2. So I'll write one strike price lower than put 3. So that will be put 2, and there we go. And we end up with this. Now, since we started this with a long straddle, we end up with this position, which is known as a long iron butterfly. So there's the long iron butterfly, and in this case, we reduce our cost of the option combination to $82 from $192. So we're saving $110. But in order to get that lower cost, we're giving up a lot of profit. Now the maximum profit we can earn is $18. $18 is the maximum profit that we can earn, and we'll earn that profit at prices below and including 31, which is the strike price of the put 2 that we wrote, and we'll also earn that at prices of 33 and above, which again is the 33 is the strike price of the call that we wrote. So there's our profit diagram, long iron butterfly. And here's the pieces of this that we need to be concerned with. There are 4 option positions. Again, we're long call 3, you can see down here. We're long call 3, short call 4, short put 2, and long put 3. And of course in the diagram we'll see 5 lines, one for each of these, and then the net total. Now in this case the net total goes along here, dips down, comes up and rides over there, and the other 4 here. I encourage you to stare at this picture and study it and be comfortable, and come to be comfortable with that. Now, moving on, looking at different combinations, let's now start off with something that's similar to a straddle. It's called a strangle, and what it does is it looks like this. We'll start off with the short strangle. We'll go short, call 3, and we'll also go short put 2. And now look at the profit diagram we now have. Similar to the short straddle, except we have several prices at which we'll earn our maximum profit. In this case, our maximum profit is $140. Okay, and we notice that's the amount we receive when we write these 2 options. We get 56 when we write call 3, and 84 when we write put 2, and that gives us $140 coming in. And so that's the best we can do, and we'll get that profit if stock price at option expiration is between $31 and $32 a share, because the interval between the strike prices for our short strangle is $1. Okay, so we're not surprised that our optimum profit occurs over a $1 interval. And we have 2 break-evens. Here we have a break-even on the downside. It's going to be $1.40 per share less the lower strike price here, which is 31, so it'd be $29.60. You can see there's the 29.5 plus the $10 there, and of course on the upper side it's going to be 32 plus $1.40, which is going to be $33.40. So those are our 2 break-evens just above these markers, and we have this again, which is known as a short strangle. Now, of course, you can probably figure out what I'm going to say next. We like this potential profit of 140. That's the maximum, but this loss here is pretty big, and this loss here is potentially infinite, theoretically. And so what can we do to offset that? Well, you can probably guess. We got this negatively sloped line here. We need a positively sloped line to have this level out to 0 slope. And over here we have this positively sloped line coming from our short put. And we need to level that out, and we can do that by getting a negatively sloped line over here. That negatively sloped line will come from a long put. So as you can see, I will buy the next lower strike price put. I will buy put 1, and I will buy the next higher strike price call. I'll buy call 4. And when I do that, we get this position. Okay, since we started with a short strangle made of a call and a put, this trade here is known as a short iron condor. We started off with a short strangle, and now we have a short iron condor. Okay, and again, now our maximum profit here is only $61, but we've eliminated all possibility of a large loss here, and we've eliminated the possibility of an infinite potential loss here. Once again, the important thing to realize with this, or an important thing to realize with this short iron condor, is that to get rid of the large and infinite risks, we have to accept a lower maximum profit. And of course, a less wide range between our break-evens. And that is, again, a short iron condor. Interestingly enough, now look at this, we get $61 here. It's called a short iron condor because, as is the case with short positions, they're associated with cash flows coming in to you. So you have a cash inflow at initiation of the compound position. But I could also create the same diagram using either all calls or all puts. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use all puts just to show you. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go short put 1, long put 2, long put 3, and short put 4. And in this case, excuse me, I have this backwards, I'm sorry. I want to mimic the same diagram before from the short iron condor. And so I'm going to have to go here with a long put 1, short put 2, short put 3, long put 4. And there we go. Sorry about that. When you look at this diagram, it's identical to the diagram we saw before. Same profit diagram, except look down here. This, because it's made of all puts, results in an initial cash flow that nets to minus $37. So this is a net debit combination or a net debit combo. Now this, because it's a net debit, its name changes. Because it's made of all puts, its name changes because of this negative cash flow to start, and this is known as simply a long condor. Okay, this is a long condor. Even though it's got the same profit diagram as a short iron condor, it's known as a long condor. So, and again, it's long, appropriately called long because it starts with an initial cash outflow. Now, let's consider the creation of this with calls, just to show you that it's possible. And so I'll go again and I'll go long call 1, short call 2, short call 3, long call 4. Excuse me. Once again, you see that same shape. The same shape we saw with a short iron condor, but now it's a long condor. This one created with calls, and again, it's got a net cash outflow. This is a net debit combination. Same profit diagram, very interesting. And of course, I encourage you to study these over here. These are the profit diagrams for each individual leg or piece of this condor, and then of course the net total that is shown there also. Okay, so that's a very interesting defined risk trade. We've got a maximum gain, a maximum loss, and many traders feel comfortable with that, and this is a very popular trading strategy. And again, if you like this comfort that it provides, that is limited losses, limited gains, that's not good, but we accept it because that's the price. The limited gain aspect of this is the price we pay to get limited loss. And then if this profit diagram is appealing to you, then you might want to consider this. And that's all for this video. Thank you for watching.